Are you looking for the best gaming keyboards? In this video we will look at some of the 6 best gaming keyboards on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Keychron C3 Pro. There's a lot of competition between lesser-known brands at the budget level, but the one keyboard under $50 I will always stand by is the Keychron C3 Pro. Keychron has consistently been one of my favorite brands, and the C3 Pro keeps things simple with its no-frills tankless design. It's a wired mechanical keyboard that comes with either Keychron's linear red switches or tactile brown switches. It only has red backlighting to match the red accents atop the black color scheme, so if you're picky about looks, you may want to poke around Keychron's other offerings. When it comes to performance, however, the C3 Pro stacks up with some of the best, especially with the linear red switches, which are my personal favorite. Keystrokes are smooth, responsive, and consistent, just like the classic Cherry MX Reds, with a 2mm actuation point, 4mm travel distance, and 45G actuation force. It's got N-key rollover, 1000 Hz polling rate, and web-based QMK/via software that's a lot easier to use than typical downloadable software suites from the big companies. For around $40, the C3 Pro is a layup when choosing a budget gaming keyboard. The C3 Pro uses a gasket mount structure to reduce sound resonance while adding more typing flexibility. Along with the sound-absorbing foam and the case foam, it provides you with a quieter and smoother typing experience. Number 2. Logitech G Pro X TKL Rapid. I've been a big fan of Logitech's keyboards through the years. The G413 was a longtime favorite because of its sleek design, low-key Logitech G branding, and buttery smooth and fast keystrokes. That keyboard has more or less evolved into the Logitech G Pro X TKL Rapid, which sports a better trim, updated magnetic switches, and the latest Lightspeed wireless tech for top performance. The finer details help the G Pro X TKL Rapid stand out from the wave of other 75% sized keyboards out there. The brushed aluminum top has a nice and unique look to it, and the exposed keycap design lets the RGB flourish in a tasteful way. And while other TKLs may sacrifice onboard controls to save space, the G Pro X TKL Rapid keeps those kinds of features without getting too bulky. The volume wheel, media controls, and mode toggles are easy to access on the top row of the keyboard, which I find convenient for everyday use. Its keycaps are a bit different than most, sporting a slick finish as opposed to the rougher matte style of other keyboards on this list. Paired with Logitech's debut into magnetic switches, keystrokes on the G Pro X TKL Rapid are satisfying and responsive, and the customizability that comes with magnetic switches sets a new standard. While other keyboards may have the new hotness of OLED screens and high polling rates, the G Pro X TKL Rapid does everything it sets out to do, and does it extremely well. That makes it one of the best tankless keyboards and very easy to recommend, which we say as much in our Logitech G Pro X TKL Rapid review. Number 3. Keychron K4 HE. These days, I get a lot of tankless keyboards for review and have a soft spot for those mini 60% layouts. But when I need a full-sized functionality, I really like the 96% layout, which keeps all the keys but crunches things into a smaller board so there's no wasted space. These are tough to find, which is why I loved the original Keychron K4 for a while, but it got even better with a Hall effect refresh. With the Keychron K4 HE, I was immediately impressed with the Keychron Nebula switches since they're firm, more so than most magnetic switches. It performed as expected in both competitive gaming and is my everyday workhorse, which is to say it held up admirably, especially since you can shorten the actuation point through its web-based configurator. It's also built on a minimalist frame, so it's slim and actually doesn't take up a whole lot more desk space than the typical tankless keyboard. Keychron's keyboards tend to be no frills and focus on the essentials, but its color schemes add a bit of personality, like the cream and wood grain version, and the Bluetooth wireless connectivity gives it some extra versatility to boot. The crammed nature of 96% layout takes a bit of getting used to. If you want to use the center column functions, you need to swap modes, which, while easy to do, is just a quirk you need to account for. So if you need that number pad in full functionality while saving a bit of desk space, I cannot recommend the Keychron K4 HE enough. You get great magnetic switches at an affordable price, which is why I scored it a smooth 9 in my Keychron K4 HE review. Number 4. Corsair K100 RGB. The Corsair K100 RGB was reviewed by IGN's team, and it takes a full-sized keyboard to the extreme. Its brushed aluminum plate is beautiful, letting the RGB flood underneath the exposed keycaps. The Marco key column on the left gives you much more control if you need, and the various media controls and programmable buttons and knobs on the top bar give a premium and look and feel. It strikes a nice balance of flashy and functional as to not be gaudy, but still carry an expensive-looking vibe. And I do like the RGB strips along the side of the board itself. I mean, if you're going to be extravagant, go ahead and embrace it. At $250 for a wired keyboard, you're still getting your money's worth, especially if you get the K100 with Corsair's proprietary OPX optical switches. You can still opt for the mechanical Cherry MX speed switches, which are superb, but optical switches have a unique and satisfying feel to them. It uses light to register inputs instead of physical mechanisms, but either way, it's built on a solid frame that gives you firm and consistent keystrokes. Customizing the macro keys and extra buttons is fairly straightforward, even if Corsair's software is a bit of a pain to navigate, but once you have it all set, the K100 is one of the rare full-size plus keyboards I can get behind. To top it all off, it offers 8000 Hz polling rate, which as I've said before is overkill for keyboards, but hey, if you want the absolute most from your keyboard, it makes sense that the Corsair K100 offers it. Number 5. Pulsar Xboard QS. Pulsar is a brand better known for custom keyboard parts, so when I saw it put out its first standalone keyboard with the Xboard QS, I was intrigued. It's more of an enthusiast-level product, a tinkerer's keyboard, given its unique feature set and physical customizability. But I loved it even out of the box, and that's a credit to its build quality, unique aesthetic, and incredible stock switches. Starting with the mechanical switches, the Kalebox Icemint 2 are linears with a normal actuation point of 2.0 mm but a light actuation force of 38 G, which makes it very easy on the fingers. Because the board itself is built with several layers of foam and frames, keystrokes are firm and responsive as well. Typing all day and gaming all night was made easier by design. I also just loved the pristine white and black color scheme along with the slight retro-futuristic aesthetic. The programmable volume knob is a nice touch as well, letting you control the RGB lighting, too. There isn't any first-party software for this Xboard QS, though, so customizing it is a bit of a challenge since you have to use QMK tools, which takes some learning. Physical customization is easier, though, since you can easily take out the mechanical switches or access the innards if you want. Despite its hefty $300 price tag and wired limitation, I sang the praises of the Pulsar Xboard QS when I reviewed it. So, if you're willing to ball out on a wired keyboard and want something that's unique, built to last, and amazing to use, I give top marks to the Xboard QS. Number 6. Razer BlackWidow V4 Pro 75%. Building your own keyboard is kind of the way to go in the enthusiast keyboard space, but given it's fairly niche, there are still ways to customize keyboards off the back of a great stock product, like the Razer BlackWidow V4 Pro 75% IGN reviewed. The reason why this particular model lends itself well to customization is because Razer made it specifically for that reason, on top of having all the high-performance features from the normal V4 Pro. Although I would recommend the Razer Oranges in a heartbeat if you like tactile, bumpy switches, you can remove all the switches easily and snap in any 3 or 5 pin of your choice. I did this so I can get my favorite linear switches in, and I ended up creating one of my favorite keyboards yet. That's because everything else built around it is fantastic, from the several layers inside that made keystrokes satisfying and responsive, to the command dial I grew to love. The BlackWidow V4 Pro 75% is the closest a mainstream manufacturer has gotten to embracing the tinkerer's dream. Experience a greater level of gaming and responsiveness.